Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever had a vision so clear, so compelling, that it felt like a fire burning inside you, only to share it and have the world try to shrink it? That moment when you reveal a dream, a true, undeniable ambition, and the air just sort of shifts. Suddenly what felt vibrant and full of possibility begins to feel, well, maybe a little too big for the room, a little too loud for the quiet comfort of the status quo. It's an incredibly common experience, I think, and one that can truly test the very core of your belief, forcing you to question if you're, audacious or simply delusional.
It absolutely is. And that feeling, that profound challenge, is precisely what we're diving into today. This deep dive is all about the relentless spirit.
Right.
We're going to explore what it truly takes to not just have a vision, but to believe in it, to nurture it, and crucially, to pursue it with an unwavering commitment, even when everything and everyone around you seems to be stacked against you. Our insights today are deeply rooted in a truly profound text, Victory for the Relentless Spirit, which honestly offers a powerful roadmap for navigating these exact, often isolating challenges. So our mission for you, our listener, is really to equip you with concrete insights and actionable strategies. We want to show you how to protect that unique ambition burning inside you, how to learn to transform those inevitable doubts, both internal and external, into, well, unstoppable fuel, and how to cultivate the kind of unshakable resilience needed to manifest your greatest potential. This isn't just about abstract theory or, feel-good platitudes. It's about understanding the why behind the resistance you face and, maybe more importantly, the practical how to relentlessly pursue what you were truly meant for, to build a life that is unapologetically your own.
And what's genuinely fascinating about this journey is its universality, isn't it? Whether you're an entrepreneur with a disruptive idea, a creative artist pouring your heart into a new work, an athlete pushing the boundaries of human performance, or simply someone dedicated to a monumental personal goal like a career shift or, a challenging personal project, you will encounter resistance. It's not really a question of if, but when. And understanding that upfront is key. This isn't a flaw in your plan. It's almost like a rite of passage for any truly significant endeavor. So consider this deep dive your shortcut, maybe, to understanding the deeper currents of ambition and resistance. It's a guide to navigating those inevitable challenges, to staying true to your unique path, and to keeping that sacred flame of ambition not just alive, but fiercely burning, actually transforming obstacles into stepping stones. So let's start right at the genesis of it all, ambition. For many, this word carries a subtle negative connotation. It's often whispered, something to be modest about, or even viewed as a flaw, like it suggests an unseemly hunger or, a disregard for others. But Victory for the Relentless Spirit completely redefines this. It doesn't see ambition as arrogance or foolishness at all. Instead, it frames it as the seed of greatness planted within you, the force that urges you to stretch, to rise, to break beyond the ordinary. Think about that for a moment. It's the intrinsic proof that your very soul refuses to accept average, that your life, uniquely yours, is meant for more. To me, that resonates so profoundly. It's that undeniable, almost primal inner drive that feels far bigger than your current circumstances, maybe even your present capabilities. It's a vision only you can truly perceive, kind of like an internal blueprint for a future that exists first and foremost within your own heart and mind.
And this is precisely where the conflict, the very first spark of resistance, often ignites. You see it all the time. From our earliest days, society subtly, or sometimes, well, not so subtly, teaches us conformity. We're often instructed to follow rules, fit in, walk the same path as everyone else. There's an undeniable, almost primal comfort in the known, right? In the collective and not standing out. It's safe.
Safer, yeah.
But as this insightful material wisely points out, ambition whispers otherwise. It's that defiant, insistent voice inside that urges you to carve your own way, to build a life that reflects your deepest passion, not someone else's pre-designed blueprint. It's an internal compass guiding you toward a destiny that might not yet exist in the external world. The moment you dare to articulate or even just feel a dream that stretches beyond what others expect of you, that's precisely when resistance begins to make its presence felt. It's almost a universal law, isn't it? The greater the ambition, the stronger the initial friction seems to be.
And that resistance, when it first hits, can be immediate, overwhelming, and often quite pointed, like a sharp shock. The very moment you share that grand dream, that wild ambition, that unique vision, the world often rushes in with surprising force, trying to shrink it, to temper it, to bring it down to a more manageable size. It's as if your audacity disturbs some silent agreement that everyone should stay within established boundaries.
Exactly. And you'll hear it. Oh, you'll hear it. They'll tell you your dreams are too big, too bold, too unrealistic, perhaps even impossible. But what's truly fascinating and actually deeply empowering is how the source reframes this. It suggests that what others call impossible is often, in fact, proof that it was meant for you. Now, that's a crucial, almost revolutionary reframing, isn't it?
Wow, yeah, proof it was meant for you.
Right. It challenges us to look beyond the immediate judgment and understand the deeper, often subconscious motivations behind others' doubt. Because, as the text clarifies, it's rarely about you. More often than not, it's about them. People tend to project their own fears, their past failures, their broken dreams, and their unfulfilled potentials onto others. It's human nature, unfortunately. They might have settled for less or given up on their own unique visions, and so, subconsciously or not, they want you to settle too. It makes them feel more comfortable.
Right, it validates their own choices.
Precisely. The common refrains, be practical, play it safe, settle for mediocrity, are often not genuine advice meant to protect you. They're more like echoes from those who live small lives because they couldn't or wouldn't transcend their own limitations, their own internal resistance. Their doubt, viewed in this light, is really a mirror reflecting their internal landscape, not necessarily an objective assessment of your capabilities or the potential of your vision.
And that pursuit of ambition, especially a truly monumental one, it comes with a very real tangible cost, doesn't it? It's not free. The source doesn't shy away from this truth, highlighting that you'll lose friends who won't understand the late nights, the sacrifices, the obsession. You'll face doubt, judgment, and fear. This isn't presented as some smooth, easy ascent. It's a demanding, often solitary path. It forces you to make choices that consciously separate you from the comfortable crowd, from familiar routines, and, yeah, even relationships sometimes. This can create a profound internal struggle when that dream feels daunting, when the sacrifices mount, and you have to deliberately choose to leave the familiar behind, knowing you might be misunderstood or even abandoned along the way. It takes guts.
And that very feeling of fear, while inherently uncomfortable and, let's face it, deeply unsettling, is precisely why the source reframes it, not as a deterrent, but as confirmation.
Confirmation? How so?
It suggests that if your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough to change you. Think about that profound implication for a moment. True transformative change, the kind that reshapes your entire life, elevates your existence, and potentially impacts the world around you. It always requires stepping into the unknown, venturing beyond your perceived limits. It requires a confrontation with the edges of your comfort zone, a willingness to be vulnerable and uncertain. No extraordinary ever comes from a comfort zone. The discomfort, the sheer daunting feeling of leaving the familiar, the butterflies in your stomach, that knot of anxiety, these are not signs of impending failure. Not at all. Instead, they are powerful affirmations that you're on the right track, pushing the boundaries of your own perceived limitations and inviting something truly extraordinary into existence. It's the universe's powerful, if unsettling, way of saying, yes, this vision is big, it's worthy, and you are being prepared and called to rise to meet it.
So when you inevitably face that barrage of resistance, when people actively try to limit your dreams and shrink your vision, the powerful closing thought from the source is incredibly liberating. Don't respond with anger. Respond with results. Let your success be the answer they can't ignore. It's such a potent, almost strategic message, isn't it? It feels very empowering. It completely sidesteps the emotional trap of defensiveness, of trying to argue or justify yourself to people who probably won't listen anyway. Instead, it channels all that external negativity, that doubt, that skepticism, into a powerful internal drive for sustained, focused action. It's an elegant, undeniable form of vindication, demonstrating that your commitment and belief were warranted all along. Just got to put the work in.
And that powerful principle of responding with results leads us perfectly into understanding how to safeguard that ambition, how to keep that internal fire burning brightly. The source really emphasizes the critical need to protect your ambition like a precious flame in the wind. It's fragile in its nascent stages, right? Yet incredibly powerful in its potential.
That's a great image, a flame in the wind.
It is, and this isn't just a poetic metaphor, it's a practical directive. It means consciously and deliberately surrounding yourself with people who fan it, not those who try to blow it out. Think critically about your inner circle. Who are you spending your time with? Are they adding fuel to your fire, encouraging you to expand? Or are they constantly questioning your vision, poking holes in your plans, or subtly undermining your confidence?
That takes real honesty with yourself.
It does. And beyond who you share your vision with, this protection also requires daily, consistent nourishment. You need to feed it daily with discipline, courage, and consistent action. That consistent effort, even when it feels small or insignificant, builds momentum and undeniable internal strength over time. Remember, the world desperately needs your unique contribution, your originality, not another copy of what already exists. Your vision is a unique blueprint, and its manifestation is a gift to the world that only you can deliver.
What stands out to me here, and what I think is often the most painful and isolating truth, is that the hardest doubt often doesn't come from strangers, not from anonymous critics or the general public. The source points out with stark clarity that it comes from those closest to you, family, friends, the ones who watched you grow.
Yeah.
And their words, their skepticism, their well-meaning warnings, they cut deeper than any external criticism precisely because you expect their unwavering support, their unconditional belief. It's a real gut punch when the people you love most and who you believe love you in return are the ones saying, be realistic, play it safe. That's a nice dream, but,
Oh, absolutely.
it's a familiar narrative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perhaps they recall past failures or perceived limitations, or they cling to a version of you they're familiar with. The younger you, the more cautious you. And they genuinely struggle to see who you're striving to become, the expanded version of yourself. This deeply personal doubt can be far more corrosive than any external obstacle, I think.
And there's a profound, often empathetic reason for this, which the source articulates so well. They often can't see the dream inside your heart because, quite naturally, they measure your future by your past, by the mistakes they witnessed, by the version of you they're familiar with.
Right, they see the old you.
Exactly. Their love, while undoubtedly genuine and deeply felt, often comes wrapped in fear. Fear that you might stumble, fear of the unknown path you're choosing, fear of you perhaps outgrowing their world, or even fear of the responsibility of caring for you if you fail. Phrases like, be realistic, play it safe, don't aim too high, often stem from a deeply protective, albeit maybe misguided place. But they can be incredibly limiting to the visionary spirit.
Yeah, definitely limiting.
So it's a crucial distinction to make. Their fear isn't a reflection of your inherent capability or the validity of your dream. It's often a reflection of their own limitations, their own unaddressed fears, or the comfort with the status quo. It's their lens, not your reality.
So, if it's a projection, then their doubt isn't a premonition of your failure then, is it? It's not like a prophecy foretelling your future.
No, absolutely not. The source is unequivocally clear on this point. Their doubt is not a prophecy, it's a projection. They see the world, and by extension your potential, through their own lens of fear and limitation.
Okay, that's freeing.
It really is. This understanding is incredibly liberating and empowering because it shifts the locus of control and responsibility squarely back to you. That unique vision inside you, that burning ambition, wasn't given by accident. It wasn't randomly assigned. It was entrusted to you because you were capable of carrying it. Only you have to truly believe it, to nurture it through the lean times, and to fight for it against all odds. Others don't need to understand it or even see it right now.
Right. Your belief is enough.
Your unwavering conviction is the single most important ingredient. Their limited perspective has no bearing whatsoever on your unlimited potential, nor on the ultimate feasibility of your dream. It's a reminder that true power resides within your own belief.
And what a powerful, sustaining thought that is, to carry through all that internal and external resistance, through all the periods of self-doubt and external questioning. The source offers this incredibly motivating and long-term perspective, that one day, the very people who doubted you will point to you as proof that the impossible was possible all along.
It happened.
It's not about seeking your immediate approval, is it? Nor about gloating. It's about recognizing that your ultimate success, the manifestation of that unique vision, will be the most profound and undeniable vindication. It will serve as a living testament to the sheer power of holding on to that unique vision, nurturing it, and relentlessly pursuing it against all odds. It reminds us that the long game, the patient, persistent, and often lonely journey, is ultimately worth playing for that undeniable moment of triumph.
It truly is. And as you embark on that long game, relentlessly pursuing your vision, you might discover another uncomfortable truth, something people don't talk about much. Your sheer determination can actually become an implicit threat to others.
A threat.
It's not because you're actively doing anything wrong or intentionally trying to diminish them, not usually anyway. It's simply because your courage reminds them of their own complacency.
Ah, I see.
When you rise, when you actively and visibly pursue a significant dream, it inevitably forces them to confront the ways they've stayed still, the dreams they might have abandoned, or the risks they chose not to take. This can understandably create profound discomfort for them, which sometimes manifests as subtle resistance, maybe passive-aggressive remarks or thinly veiled advice like stay in your lane or just be grateful for what you have.
Yeah, that be grateful line.
Right. It's an unfortunate human tendency sometimes to try and pull others back to a level that feels safe and familiar rather than rising to meet their ambition.
And that idea of just be grateful is particularly insidious because it's so often wielded as a weapon to curb ambition, isn't it? As if being truly grateful for your current circumstances means you should just settle, that striving for more is somehow a betrayal of that gratitude.
Exactly. It's a false dichotomy.
But the source clarifies this beautifully, offering a powerful distinction. It tells us that gratitude does not mean settling. True gratitude is being thankful while still striving for more. Whew. That's a huge, liberating distinction. It allows for a profound state of appreciation for what you currently have, for the journey so far, for the blessings in your life, while simultaneously maintaining that fierce, unyielding drive for continued growth, for greater impact, for the manifestation of your full potential. It prevents contentment from becoming a cage, allowing it instead to be a foundation from which you can continue to build and expand.
Precisely. And in pursuing that growth, that expanded vision, you might find yourself walking a rather solitary path at times. The source profoundly acknowledges that your vision may isolate you. You may walk a path few understand. You may feel lonely when the people you expected to cheer for you turn silent, doubtful, or even critical.
That's tough.
It is. But this isn't a new phenomenon, nor a personal failing. It's a historical truth, a common thread woven through the fabric of every significant human endeavor. Every visionary throughout history has faced the same test of isolation, misunderstanding, and often outright scorn.
And the examples are endless, really. Think about the Wright brothers, for instance. They weren't just told humans would never fly, they were mocked. Their idea considered absurd, a foolish pursuit by, bicycle mechanics.
Right. Seems crazy now.
Or Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, who famously faced thousands of failures before his breakthrough. Can you imagine the sheer volume of people telling him to give up, to be realistic, to pivot?
But the pressure must have been immense.
Every pioneer, without exception, endured rejection, mockery, and profound doubt, often from those closest to them, the very people they might have expected to rally around their cause. Their unique vision wasn't a curse. It was a profound gift. They saw possibilities others couldn't, felt a hunger others didn't, imagined a future others couldn't grasp. It took immense, almost superhuman courage for them to stand alone in their belief, to build their dream in silence if you must, until your results speak louder than their doubts. It's a stark reminder that sometimes the most revolutionary, world-changing ideas are the most lonely at first, requiring an unshakable inner conviction before the external world catches up.
And that journey of standing alone, of pushing through the doubt and the isolation, it demands specific, non-negotiable qualities. You can't fake these. Success, as the source unequivocally states, is not about avoiding failure. It's about mastering it. It demands grit, perseverance, and relentless drive. These aren't just motivational buzzwords you hear in a boardroom. They are the foundational trio, the core psychological muscle groups that truly separate those who merely dream from those who actually achieve, who transform their internal vision into external reality.
Let's break those down a bit because they're absolutely vital, especially for anyone listening who's constantly pushing boundaries. First, talent may open doors, but grit keeps you inside. Grit isn't glamorous, is it?
Not at all.
It's the stubborn, almost irrational refusal to give up, to keep fighting, to hold on even when things get incredibly tough, when every fiber of your being screams to quit. It's that deep resolve that makes you push one more rep, write one more paragraph, make one more call, long after others would have packed up.
That's the difference maker.
Then there's perseverance. Opportunities may appear, but perseverance allows you to hold on when everything pushes you out. It's the consistent, sustained effort, the daily grind, day after day, week after week, month after month, especially when the initial excitement has long faded and the path ahead is obscured. Just showing up.
Showing up is huge.
And finally, drive. Drive is what wakes you up each day with determination, even when there's no applause, no recognition, no visible progress. It's that internal engine, that fire in your belly, that keeps you moving forward, especially when the initial spark of inspiration has worn off and the road has become, well, long and painful. Many people can start strong, can show an initial burst of enthusiasm, but very few continue when it's just hard work without immediate, visible reward. That's the domain of true drive.
And this unwavering commitment to grit, perseverance, and drive means fundamentally reframing our relationship with struggle, which most people avoid, right?
Right, we run from struggle.
Exactly. But the source powerfully asserts that struggle is not your enemy, it is your training ground. This is such a critical and transformative mindset shift. Every challenge you face, every obstacle, every moment of deep discomfort builds endurance. It's forging you. Every setback isn't a sign to quit, nor a judgment on your worth. Instead, it is shaping you into someone strong enough to carry the weight of success. It's the uncomfortable crucible, the demanding gym, where true strength, resilience, and capability are forged, meticulously preparing you for the very success you are tirelessly pursuing. It's the universe's way of building your capacity, of ensuring you can handle the magnitude of what you desire when you finally get it.
This understanding of struggle as a training ground directly brings us to the concept of unshakable confidence. And the source makes it abundantly clear that this isn't something you just wake up with one morning, like a sudden epiphany. It tells us that confidence is not built overnight. It is forged in the fire of struggles, setbacks, and relentless effort. It's not a pre-existing condition. It's a direct, hard-won result of actively engaging with those challenges we just discussed, of repeatedly putting yourself out there and learning to rise.
Absolutely. Earned, not given.
And it ties right back into that powerful trio we just heard about: grit, perseverance, and drive. Grit is what whispers, get back up, even when you've fallen 1,000 times and your body aches from the impact. Perseverance is the daily decision to stay in the game long after the initial excitement has faded, when the novelty has worn off and it's just raw effort. Drive is the inner fire that keeps you disciplined, focused, and moving forward, even when external motivation disappears entirely. Together, these aren't just isolated traits. They are the interlocking building blocks that dynamically form the foundation of unshakable confidence. You earn that confidence through action, through the doing.
That's a beautiful way to articulate it. And to help us visualize this process of silent, often unseen growth, the source offers a powerful organic analogy. Think about seeds planted deep in the ground. For weeks, sometimes even months, nothing at all appears above the surface.
Right, you just see dirt.
Exactly. To an outsider looking in, someone without understanding, it looks like nothing is happening. They see no visible progress, no immediate signs of life or fruit. But beneath the soil, unseen, roots are growing, a foundational strength is being built, and the immense potential for life is preparing meticulously to break through. This is precisely how perseverance and drive work in our own lives, especially in the early, often invisible stages of a big dream.
The underground work.
Yes, you keep showing up, working, and believing, even when no one sees results, when there's no applause, no recognition, no tangible metrics of success. Those who possess the patience, the unwavering commitment, and the inner conviction to endure this silent, unseen growth, those who trust the process, eventually see the harvest. Conversely, those who succumb to impatience or doubt or the need for immediate gratification often stay trapped in cycles of starting and stopping, never seeing their seeds truly blossom.
And this brings us back to that crucial concept of drive, really distinguishing it from fleeting motivation, which can disappear so fast.
Like smoke.
Yeah. The source explains this elegantly. Drive goes deeper than motivation. Motivation fades. Drive is a decision. It's not reliant on external factors, nor on emotional highs or fleeting inspiration. Motivation is a wonderful spark, but drive is the sustained engine.
That's a great way to put it.
It's a conscious, deliberate choice you make every single day, regardless of how you feel. It manifests as waking up early to put in the work before the world awakens, staying late to refine your craft until it gleams, sacrificing comfort and temporary pleasures because growth, mastery, and your vision matter more than immediate gratification. This is the dedication, the relentless commitment that keeps you moving, even when no one is clapping, even when no recognition comes, even when the critics are loudest or the silence is deafening.
Yeah.
It's the summation of all those unseen hours of effort and sacrifice that are quietly, almost imperceptibly, building those future visible victories.
What's truly fascinating here is how this deep understanding of drive fundamentally shifts our perception of what we typically label as setbacks or failures. The source emphasizes a crucial, empowering mindset shift. Setbacks are not proof that you failed. They are proof that you're trying. Can I say that again? Proof you're trying.
That's huge. Yeah.
Every single failure is feedback, a data point for learning and adjustment, not a judgment on your inherent worth. Every delay is preparation, an opportunity to refine, strengthen, and deepen your understanding or skills before you move to the next level. And every obstacle is shaping you into someone strong enough to handle the success you're chasing. This perspective completely transforms potential discouragement into a vital, indispensable learning opportunity, equipping you with the very tools and resilience you'll need at the summit.
It reminds me of the most elemental, fundamental form of learning we all go through. Think about how a child learns to walk.
Mm-hmm. Perfect analogy.
They don't just stand up and stride gracefully. They fall hundreds of times, toddling, wobbling, stumbling, tumbling, before they take their first unassisted steps. Falling isn't failure for them. It's intrinsically and undeniably part of walking. They get up, they try again, driven by an innate desire to move forward.
No judgment, just trying again.
Exactly. In precisely the same way, your setbacks, those stumbles, those falls, those perceived failures, they are part of your success. Each mistake doesn't diminish you or your potential, it sharpens you, honing your approach and understanding. Each fall doesn't break you, it teaches you resilience, proving you can get back up. And each stumble isn't designed to give up, it prepares you for bigger victories, building the necessary mental and emotional muscle. Failure also serves a critical, almost sacred purpose. It tests your commitment. Anyone can start when it's exciting, right?
Right, the starting line is crowded.
But rising after every fall, dusting yourself off and trying again, that truly proves your dream is unshakable.
And this persistent rising, this willingness to learn, to adapt, to keep pushing forward despite the scrapes and bruises, this is precisely where true, authentic confidence is born. It's not a gift handed down. It's an earned state of being, forged in those moments.
Absolutely. The source profoundly defines true confidence, not as pretending you'll never encounter a challenge or never fail, but from knowing that no matter how many times you fall, you will rise again, stronger, wiser, and hungrier.
Hungrier, like that.
Yeah. It's not about achieving some elusive state of perfection where mistakes cease to exist. Success does not belong to the perfect. It belongs to the persistent. This is a crucial distinction. Confidence isn't about never stumbling. It's about knowing that nothing can stop you from getting back up. This foundational, deeply ingrained understanding of your ability to bounce back, to recover, to learn, and to adapt is what makes everything else possible. It's the ultimate antidote to fear of failure, because you know you have the internal resources to navigate whatever comes your way.
Building on that foundation of confidence forged in the fires of struggle, we arrive at the indispensable pillars of daily discipline. Because confidence without action is just, well, wishful thinking.
Right. Go back it up.
Exactly. The source makes it crystal clear. Success is not built on talent, intelligence, or resources alone. While those are undoubtedly significant advantages, contributing to initial opportunities, without discipline, patience, and endurance, they fade away. They remain unfulfilled potential.
Mm-hmm. Potential isn't enough.
Not nearly enough. Growth is never a shortcut. It's never a flash in the pan. It's a deliberate, often